regardless of Levi Wallace's health, has Joey done enough to be a starter going forward now?
He has.
Mike, Diontae was very firm and outspoken about the officiating after the game yesterday. Do you have a discussion with him, or have you had a discussion with him since then?
I haven't seen the comments, and so I'll reserve any comment until I see what he said. I don't know what he said. But anything I do will obviously be between he and I and won't be for public consumption in settings like this.
Mike, what's the impact of losing Minkah from a communication standpoint? Who takes over in the back end?
Obviously, the loss of Minkah is a significant one. It is a multi-man job, not a one-man job. Thankfully, we have some veterans back there, guys like Killebrew and KZ and Keanu Neal, who are veteran NFL players, and that, lessens the impact, hopefully. But obviously, it's not a one-man job when you're talking about replacing Minkah, whether you're talking about his playmaking ability or his hub of communication ability.
We've seen a little bit of Patrick Peterson play safety. Is that something you think is an option, maybe inside or outside of Minkah's availability for him at this point in his career?
Pat has been very versatile. He displays really, really good football intellect. That's one of the things that attracted us to him. As I mentioned last week, when we lost Cam Sutton in free agency, that made him an attractive option because of his flexibility, positional flexibility, and his football intellect that allow him to move around and do some of the things that Cam was able to do when he was here.
Because you use Minkah so many different ways, is that lessen now that you have other guys piecing together that role?
When Minkah's doing things and moving around, the guys that he's working with are also moving around and doing other things, and so I'm not worried about their ability to execute assignment from that perspective. The fluidity of that has been a process, I think, where the collective has grown.
You said after the game that you didn't alter the scheme of the game plan. You didn't play three safeties just like you seem like you always would. Now that you have a week to prepare, do you anticipate kind of altering things a little bit? Or?
We got some planning to do. Those things will be discussed, but I'm open to doing anything that positions us to be successful.
And can Miles play? He hasn't played much defense for you since he's been here, but he's a guy you can trust to play.
Miles has started as a safety in this league. I'm not concerned about his abilities, if that's what you're asking.
Mitch was one of the guys who mentioned execution kind of being a common thread on the offensive side, or lack of execution. Are you seeing these guys take enough responsibility when it comes to executing out there?
I am, but responsibility doesn't get it done. The playmaking does. We don't have a responsibility issue. We got to make plays.
Mike, was the neutral zone a point of emphasis over the summer because of the quarterback sneak play? And might there have been some confusion there with the official?
I am not going to speculate on that.
Mike, do you need to see something from Kenny Tuesday or Wednesday, or is it purely medical? If he feels good?
Certainly I'm going to want to see something. Absolutely. He's a young guy, position withstanding. He is a young guy. And so I need to see some physical preparation in order to consider him certain.
How do you think James Pierre did in the snaps he got?
James has stepped up for us in the past before, and he's always a game guy, detailed guy, good communicator. I thought he did a serviceable job.
Trade deadline tomorrow. Are you guys looking into anything there, and how involved are you in that process at the moment?
We're always open for business.
Anyone else?
All right.
Thank you for checking out this content from Post-Gazette Sports. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check out our Apple Podcast channel for more podcast content. Click below for a special deal of 99 cents for a 3-month subscription to the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette.